Far, far away, beyond the lands of sleepy sloths and giggling grasshoppers, there was a magical place called the Bouncy Castle Kingdom. It was the bounciest, springiest, most giggle-filled place in the whole wide world, where every step made you bounce and every laugh echoed like a trampoline. The castle towers weren't just tall and grand, they were actually giant, twisty slides that spiraled down in loops and swoops, perfect for zooming from the clouds to the courtyard in a single squealy ride. The castle walls were soft, squishy mazes, where you could bounce off the corners and tumble into secret nooks filled with giggles and surprises. Even the royal throne was special. It sat on a giant spring, so whenever the queen plopped down, the whole room went boing, and everyone burst out laughing.
You could leap from the kitchen, bounce off a jelly bean rug, and land right in the library where books bounced on the shelves and stories seemed to hop out at you. Or with a running start, you could spring from the garden, soar over the tulip beds, and land with a giggle at the tippy top of the tallest tower where the clouds tickled your nose.
It was a wonderful, wobbly world where every day felt like a party and every friend was ready for adventure.
Living in this kingdom were the silliest, bounciest friends you could ever meet. Sir Reginald the rhino, Penelope the penguin, and Barnaby the bear. They were always up to something fun, and their laughter could be heard from one end of the castle to the other. Sir Reginald, the bravest rhino knight, wore a shiny helmet that was always slipping over his eyes, making him bump into things and giggle at his own clumsiness.
"Whoa, who turned out the lights?" Sir Reginald would say as he peeked out from under his helmet, making everyone laugh even harder. Penelope the penguin loved nothing more than sliding on her tummy down the biggest, twistiest slides, flapping her wings and squeaking with joy all the way down.
"Wee! Faster than a fishy!" she'd shout, racing her friends and always landing in a pile of giggles at the bottom. Barnaby the bear was the cuddliest of them all. He gave the best, squishiest hugs and always had a backpack full of squished honey sandwiches to share with his friends. Every morning, the three friends would meet in the great bouncy courtyard, where the sun made the castle walls sparkle and the air was filled with the promise of fun.
"Hooray for bouncing!" they'd cheer, jumping so high they almost touched the rainbow flags.
"Hooray for sliding!" echoed Penelope as she zipped down the twisty slide with a happy squeal.
"Hooray for snacks," Barnaby would add, holding up his honey sandwiches and making everyone's tummies rumble.
Today was extra special. It was the annual Royal Slide Festival. The biggest, twistiest, most spectacular slide in the kingdom was ready, sparkling in the morning sun and waiting for the first brave slider. Everyone in the Bouncy Castle Kingdom was buzzing with excitement, ready for the best day ever. Or at least that's what they thought, because sometimes, even in the bounciest kingdom, surprises are just around the corner. As the friends bounced toward the royal slide, something felt off. The ground was more than...
"Why is the floor doing a funny dance?"
The bouncy ground was wiggling in a way it never had before.
"My tummy feels funny, not the good kind." She tried to step but spun instead. Whee! An accidental spin!
The castle feels droopy. Maybe it needs a nap.
Barnaby took a thoughtful bite of his honey sandwich.
Maybe the castle is hungry for a honey sandwich. The friends looked at each other. The wiggle-jiggle was getting worse. Towers leaned, walls sagged. The kingdom was losing its bounce.
"This is a big wobbly problem. We have to do something."
But what could they do? The whole kingdom was losing its air. The friends trudged through the mushy, squishy paths, their shoes making funny squelching sounds as they made their way to the royal slide. Each step felt heavier than the last, and the air was thick with worry. They had been looking forward to this day for weeks, dreaming of laughter and bouncing high into the sky.
"This is not proper bouncing etiquette. Slides are supposed to be bouncy and bright, not droopy and sad. How can anyone have fun like this?"
Sir Reginald's helmet kept wobbling as he trudged along, his usual brave spirit dampened by the sight ahead. Even the bravest knight can feel a little wobbly when the kingdom's joy is at stake. When they arrived, the royal slide was slumped like a sad noodle, deflated and wrinkly, its colors faded and its bounce completely gone. It looked nothing like the magical slide they remembered.
"Oh, you poor, poor slide. You're all wrinkly and sad. Don't worry, we're here now. We'll figure something out, I promise." She tried to climb but slipped on the floppy plastic. It was like trying to walk on a giant slippery pancake. No matter how hard she tried, the slide just wouldn't hold her up. The festival was canceled. No slides, no fun. The music had stopped, and the playground was eerily quiet, as if the whole kingdom was holding its breath.
No bouncing, no sliding. This is the unfunnest day ever. I wish there was something we could do to fix it.
The kingdom was broken, their favorite festival ruined. The joy that once filled the air had vanished, leaving only disappointment and sighs.
No, we can't just give up. There has to be a way to bring the fun back. We will not let our kingdom be droopy. We are a team. We will fix this. But how? Maybe if we all work together, we can find a solution. The friends looked at the sad slide, determined to save their kingdom. They put their heads together, thinking of clever ideas and wild plans. They knew they had to act fast. The festival wasn't over yet, and hope was still alive if they could just find a way. The royal slide needed air and hope. Maybe, just maybe, a little teamwork and a lot of imagination could save the day. Could they bring the bounce back? Only teamwork would tell. The adventure to save the royal slide was just beginning. Sir Reginald puffed out his chest. As a knight, he had to solve problems, even deflated ones.
What's your plan, Sir Reginald?
We will blow it back up.
But the slide is huge and we're not.
Simple, teamwork. I'll huff and puff and blow the castle up.
He took a deep breath and blew into the valve. A tiny wrinkle smoothed out, but that was it. Sir Reginald stumbled back, dizzy.
Are you okay?
That was a big puff, but this job is too big for one.
Sir Reginald realized one puff wasn't enough.
My plan was just silly, not super.
Maybe it just needs more friends.
We can help.
Let's do it, together!
The kingdom's hope was in their hands.
Your plan wasn't silly, Sir Reginald. It just needs help.
Teamwork, like super bouncy heroes.
Barnaby, you're strong. Push the air toward the slide.
I'll give the castle a big bear hug and push the air.
Sir Reginald, use your helmet to bonk the air along.
Make way for the air.
Barnaby pushed, Sir Reginald bonked, and Penelope directed.
A little more to the left, Barnaby. Keep bonking, Sir Reginald.
Penelope zipped through tunnels, checking the air's path. One friend pushed, one bonked, one directed. They were a team. It was hard work, but something amazing was happening. The air was moving and hope was returning. The kingdom was coming back to life. Slowly, the bouncy castle kingdom began to change. With every push and bonk, air moved through the castle.
You're doing it. The castle is getting less squishy.
The ground firmed up, the wiggle-jiggle faded. Barnaby pushed, Sir Reginald bonked, Penelope directed. They didn't give up.
Keep pushing, Barnaby. We're almost there.
Barnaby gave one final mighty push. Whoosh! Air rushed into the royal slide. The base puffed up, the middle swelled, wrinkles disappeared. The slide grew tall and proud, shining in the sun.
Hooray!
We did it together.
Teamwork makes me hungry.
Barnaby flopped down with a boing, pulling out a honey sandwich. The kingdom was bouncy again. The friends cheered. They had saved the day. With the royal slide restored, it was finally time for the grandest celebration the Bouncy Kingdom had ever seen. The air was filled with laughter, music, and the sweet smell of honey sandwiches. Everyone was buzzing with excitement, ready to make new memories together. Sir Reginald, brave and bold, went first. He climbed to the very top, his armor gleaming in the sunlight, and shouted for all to hear.
For the honor of the Bouncy Kingdom and for teamwork, let's show everyone what we can do together. He zipped down the slide with a whoosh, his helmet slipping over his eyes and making everyone giggle. It was the silliest, fastest ride yet.
Faster than a fishy. I bet no one can beat that speed. Penelope, always creative, used her special tummy slide technique, zooming down with pure delight. She spun and twirled, making everyone cheer even louder. Barnaby, never without his favorite snack, climbed up, took a big bite of his honey sandwich, and slid down with a loud flump, leaving a trail of crumbs behind him.
Teamwork makes sliding more fun, and honey sandwiches taste even better when you share them with friends.
The friends giggled and sighed, tired but happy after all the bouncing, sliding, and laughter. Their hearts were full, and their smiles were brighter than ever. As the sun set, painting the sky in beautiful colors, they sat together at the bottom of the slide, feeling proud of what they'd accomplished. They'd faced a big, droopy problem and solved it, together. Their teamwork had made the impossible possible.
Teamwork is when everyone helps with a big thing, no matter how tricky it seems. It's about sharing, caring, and never giving up.
It's pushing, bonking, and directing all at once. And sometimes it's just about having fun while you work together.
And it means you can have a party at the end, because every big adventure deserves a big celebration.
And as they laughed and hugged, everyone agreed this was the best, bounciest party ever, and the memories they made would last forever.